Hello, everybody. As you know, tomorrow we play the first game of our two friendly games. Important games, like I said already in the beginning. Not immediately what about the result. The result is on the second place, but I just want to see a good performance of the team tomorrow and next week against France. Two different games. We have Guinea. They did a very good AFCON, so it's a good team. Players who are playing in Europe, all players who are playing in Europe, so it will be a tough game. We will try to win that game. That is for sure. It will be a little bit different next Tuesday because then I think we shall adapt us more to the opponent than tomorrow. So we will try to win that game. And the purpose of the two games is also to give to every player who is in the selection minutes to play. I want to see everyone in those two games because it's very important, like I said, for the important games in June for AFCON, the qualifiers. So therefore our friendly games, therefore our training games. So we will try something tomorrow and we will have another tactic on Tuesday against France. I expect a good performance and I know what I see on training. Players are motivated. So I hope we will have a good game tomorrow and that we will win it.
On that note, I'm going to hand over to Lyle as well, just to say a few words. The first of the internationally based players to actually reach camp, but that's because he's just 25 k's away. Lyle.
Good afternoon to everyone. Yeah, just to reiterate what Coach said, I'm happy to be in camp, obviously, first and foremost. And yeah, training's been good, and the most important thing for us over the next two games and the duration of the camp is just performing and enjoying. So we worry more about the performance, and yeah, the results will take care of themselves.
We also have Mazola Molefe here with us, one of the traveling journalists from South Africa. Before I hand over to him to ask you a few questions, Coach, if you would just mind to share, obviously you've had two training sessions so far, and how has that gone down for you?
As I said, I'm very happy what I saw on training. I have a group who is motivated. This is very important. The only negative point, if we can tell that like that, is that we are still not complete. So there are still two players to come tomorrow. But okay, what has to be here is here today and for our last training. Preparation for the game of tomorrow. So I'm confident and what I see on training, I hope that I can see the same things of motivation and intensity tomorrow in the game.
But when you say two players haven't arrived in camp, could you name those two players that are still missing?
Yeah, that's Mongokule Longwane and Fagri Lake. They had some problems with visa, so they will be here tomorrow morning. But as my plans were already before those two games. Those are two guys who will be playing next Tuesday against France. So I didn't count on them for the game of tomorrow.
All right, I'm going to open the floor to questions. If you do have any questions, please add them in the chat. And I'm going to go to the floor now. Mazola?
Coach, given that the national team hasn't played in Europe in, I think, nearly 10 years, the last game was against Poland in Warsaw in 2012. I mean, a lot has happened. You know, Bafana hasn't qualified for major tournaments and that, whereas Guinea and France have been up there. From what you've seen in the time that you've been at Bafana, first, trip to Europe in 10 years, what can be sort of the expectation, having spent a few training sessions with them here in Europe?
Yeah, it's a pity. I think that it's such a long time ago that Bafana plays against the European team. I said already in the past days. So the evaluation that we made after the qualifiers for the World Cup was that we needed tough opponents to play against. You can learn a lot if you play against tough opponents. So I think with Guinea we have one. And I don't speak about France, you play against the world champion. So surely there will be a difference of level, but we can learn 10 times more in such a game than playing again, with all respect, Botswana or that kind of players, of teams. So therefore, it's very important that we are playing against European teams. You see also in Africa, the countries who have much European of players who are playing in Europe, they are on the top. Senegal, Cameroon, Ghana, all players who are playing in Europe. So they are ahead on us. And that's something that lack we have to restore again, and we have to become better. And you can become better when you play against such opponents. And therefore, they are friendly games. So result is not so important. It's just the experience that the guys knows on, oh, this is other football. That is something we want to play in the next years.
And we can expect sort of while you're here to have these high level oppositions to,
Yeah.
like you said, with all due respect to your Namibias and Botswana. But
Yeah.
and
only the fact that Guinea is a team with only players who play in Europe, of the most of, when we see which team they played in Afghan, all those players were playing in Europe. And then for France, okay, I don't have to explain. So, and this is what we need. We need to feel what do we have to do in the future to become better. This is another kind of football than that we play in Africa. So therefore, a good experience for us. And again, don't look too much at the result for those two games. It's just the performance that counts.
All right, also just taking a question from David from the Idiski Times. Coach is asking you on injury updates, please, in the camp at the moment. Any injuries?
No. Sorry, except Mosele. So Mosele came with an injury from the game of Pirates last Sunday, his ankle, but there will be no problem for Saturday. We'll be there on training. And we don't take risk with him to let him play for tomorrow. It will not go. He's still pain in the ankle, but for Saturday he will be on training, and for next Tuesday he will be ready, no problem.
David is also asking the two players who are still to come to camp, are they injury free?
Yes. There is no problem. Longwane and Fagli are fit. Yes, they will just have to recuperate a little bit in the next days from the trip they made tonight.
Coach, also Eshlin is asking, will fringe and perhaps the players with less experience be given opportunities in these games, or are you going full strength rather?
No, as I said, I will give the opportunity on every player of the selection to play. And there will be some players who play all game. There will be others who play maybe one half. But every player, 23 players, no, 22, because I want to, tomorrow there will be Motfa who will play, and on Tuesday it will be Ronwan who will play. So maybe Bvuma will not have any minutes, but for the rest, the other 20 players will all play at half or more.
Questions from the floor?
looking at this game against Ghana, coach, I'm saying Ghana,
Guinea.
Looking at this game against Guinea, as you say, the result not so much important. It's really the performance that you are looking to have a look. How much of these guys have you actually have a look at them and see what sort of opportunities we can actually use to enhance our own performance?
For our guys, or
No, our guys.
Yeah. Yes, you know, first of all, because they are with the selection of 23, that means that we are confident and that we know their qualities. But between PSL and a game on this level, there's a difference. So I will see now, certainly for the new guys, the other ones I know, but for the new guys, I want to see if there can be an improvement for us, if they can increase our quality. And that's what we need. That was the evaluation after the qualifiers for the World Cup. We needed power, we needed quality, we needed experience. So those guys who are now there have that quality or experience or whatever. So let's see what happens in the next games, and let's hope that they can increase our quality, and then we will be stronger for the African qualifiers in June than for the qualifiers for the World Cup last year.
Lyle, for you, I mean, where's the mindset? It's Guinea and then it's France. And how are you digesting just the type of opponents that Bafana Bafana are coming up against?
Well, for me, to be very honest, I'm quite excited for the opponents that we're getting to play against. Yeah, as the coach said, that there's a huge gap that we need to bridge with these other countries and these big countries. We have most of the players in Europe. So for us, the only thing we can do is learn, and I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to be in the group, and I think the best way to learn is by doing, and by playing a team like France, we'll see what world-class players are like and how they play their games, and we can learn from that. And yeah, the result is not the most important, it's the performance and how we work together as a team, going to future qualifiers or future tournaments in the future. I think this will really help us to compete on a level this high. And yeah, I'm very excited to play against these opponents.
Mm-hmm. Lyle, and I think maybe also the coach can answer this question. Being this in this part of the world, playing these friendlies,
yeah.
Do you think it would give the rest of the team also an appetite to want to play at this level? Coach, I mean, you've been here at this level.
That's a question for him.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'll just obviously
Yeah.
Lyle as a player and the coach's opinion, I think for some time now, the bulk of the national team has been locally based players.
Yeah.
The previous coaches before Coach Hugo.
For
also,
me, like when I spoke to Coach Hugo for the first time, like he watches my games, and I know that he follows the league that I'm in. So for me, that is very big, that I come here and the coaches watch my games and know my style of play, and I think it's then easier for me to gel into the group because the coach knows what he wants from me and knows what I can do. And as far as the other players, like I definitely hope that the appetite is there for them to play in Europe, because in all honesty, the gap is so huge between our league and the leagues in Europe, the competitiveness and just the way it's run and the professionalism. So I really hope that we can export and have more players in Europe, and I surely believe that it will strengthen the national team when we do compete at these high-level tournaments and qualifiers, because we then have the experience of facing people from different countries and different internationals, then always playing in the PSL against one another for 4 or 5 years. So I think that does definitely make your skin tougher and you more ready for the challenges that you face. So yeah, definitely I hope the appetite is there from a lot of the guys to come to this side of the world and apply their trade here.
If you are a player or a coach, whatever, the only thing that you want to achieve is the highest level. I have the opportunity as a player to play a World Cup. I had the opportunity as a coach to win AFCON. You do it for those things. You want to play on that level. This is, once you have the experience to play such things or to win such things, then you know why you are a player or why you are a coach. You want to have the highest level, the highest thing to win. And if you don't have this ambition, then you have to stop. Then you have to play with friends every week, and after the game, drink a good pint and have fun. But this is serious. This is a job. And everyone, in whatever job you do, you like to be on the highest level. You like to go up. Also for players and coaches, if you don't have that ambition, stop. Stop it. Because it's no use to go on. You don't know what you miss. So, like now, we start now to play against the world champion. This is not everybody has the chance to play against the world champion. So it's a high level. You have just to enjoy it as a coach, but also as a player to be on the field and to do your best and try to have a good performance. So you need, this is a good ambition to have. And if you have that ambition, you will see, you will progress. You will progress, but when you are happy with, okay, I'm playing PSL, or I'm playing in a European competition, okay, that's nice. But there are things that are better. So, and that's the ambition you have to have.
Coach Matthew Marcus is asking you, you've spoken about the players needing to be more physical. What would you like to see from your midfield where Mvala is the only recognized physical presence?
Oh, I think Mosele is also a physical presence. and okay, Morena is not a tall man, but he has also the aggressivity, defensive aggressivity. So you don't have to be tall to be aggressive. I know Mvala, okay, he's a guy, how you call it, he's very strong. You see it also in his way of playing. He's going for the ball. He's the one we missed a little bit maybe in those qualifiers for the World Cup with his injury. So again, I think we choose what we need. But as I said, it's up to the players now to show it and to prove it.
I think our last question here will be from Sithle Ndebele, and they're asking you, Coach, in the last game against Ghana, you started with 2 strikers in Percy and Victor. With Percy's unavailability, how are you going to tweak that formation?
We have strikers enough. That's Wallo, Magopa, Forster, Longwane, Life, Fagri, Lake. So we will see. Against the tactic will not be the same against Guinea and against France. This is normal. Yeah. This is normal. So again, tomorrow we will see the game, and you will see how we are going to play, and watch the games Tuesday, and you will see again how we are going to play. But as I said, every player will have the minutes to play.
Thank you so much. Lyle, do you get starry-eyed at all? I mean, being a player yourself, and then you play against the world's best?
Yeah, definitely. But I don't think I want to get started. Like Coach said, I myself am very ambitious. So I don't want to play against France now and then go back to my family and friends and say, hey, did you see I played France? And I want it to be a regular occurrence where I play against players on the highest level. And that's why I'm still here fighting for these opportunities. And I guess as a kid, this is why you start playing football, to go out there and eventually reach the highest level. So started, I had no excited, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.